Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, October the 2nd races at Hastings Racecourse. We do have 8 thrillers. The feature event will be in race number 1 with $35,000 optional claimers. Weather a little, I'm not too sure what the weather's going to be like, but 8 good races, and we're going to kick things off with a good opener.
Good opener. As the meet is winding down, we only have 2 more weekends after this weekend, so last chance to make a little winter money.
Yeah, a little shift in the schedule next week, Sunday, Monday.
That's right, yeah, for Thanksgiving, correct.
Then I think Sunday the 9th and Monday the 10th for the Thanksgiving.
First race on tap here is an optional 35 for older boys, going 6 furlongs, 6.5, sorry. Herbie D for me. Needed the race last time, hadn't ran since last August. Ran a big race nonetheless, just got caught late by Twist Grips, but he will be tougher this time. I love him in here. I got him on top of Twist Grips. What a year he's had. 1/3 behind Shooty Jack and Slice of Red. Other than that, he's been perfect. 4 for 5, 5 for 5 in the money for Gord Christoph. Twist Grips is a super honest horse, and he's blossomed as a 7-year-old. I have him in the second spot. I put It's in Command. This guy just always shows up to play. Look at his record this year. 5 of 6 in the money.
He's run a good
really
race.
cool horse for Hall of Famer Harold Barabee. I threw him in the third spot. It's in Command. 2-6-5 for me.
Yeah, I went to Twist Grips. He's a perfect 4 for 4 sprinting this year. I think he'll make it 5 for 5. No disrespect to Herbie D and Bluegrass Angus, but I just see some pace in here. Captain Jones is going to go to It's in Command goes. I just see no one getting, maybe Herbie D gets the lead, but if he does, he wins. Like, tip your cap to him, and he beats me. But I think Twist Grips is going to get a good pace to run at. He's going to be last early, and I think he could be first late. Herbie D for second, and Bluegrass Angus for third, who has struggled this year, tried to find his. It's been a tough season for him. Anytime you try and join in the stakes company or even in any company,
high-end allowance race,
mid-season, it's really difficult to play catch-up, and most horses really struggle trying to do it, and he has struggled, and because he's a quality horse. Maybe after this race, his quality year, come back next year, he'll be, get him back in the spring, he'll be a force. He's a nice
he is
horse,
a very nice horse,
but it's just for whatever reason he hasn't been able to get on track this year, and it's really tough in mid-season to be making your first start against horses running their 4th start, then you make your 2nd start, they're running their 6th or 7th start. It's really tough to beat those kind of horses. There's not that much between stakes horses and allowance horses and 35 claimers. It's especially going 6.5. So I went 6, 2, and 1. I'm going to go Twist Grips to get his 5th win of the season. On to race number 2. $4,000 claimers here, going a mile and a 16th. The horses that have not won a race this year or non-winners for a lifetime. I ended up on the 2 Rosie's Notice. He did run just last weekend. Couldn't handle Bear Rock and Roll on the head end and Citron Kid, but I thought he still ran an admirable race, and if it didn't take too much out of him, I think he could be the best in this particular spot. I put Wee Harry in for second. He was scratched out of a race last weekend and resurfaces. His best gets in the money in here, and I put the 3-horse Seeking Asylum, who doesn't show a whole lot of mile on the 16th for him, but still is a horse that has some class to him. And I thought a pretty good race last time behind Proxy Man and Nana's Buddy. Like a lot of multiple winners there. Like those horses were running good. Ambidextrous too. That was a salty race back in July, but he's been off for a while. I went 2, 5, and 3. I think those are your 3 horses in here.
I got the 3 on top. I put Seeking Asylum on top. The Red Hop Rob Maben barn. Only got beat a length and a half last time. He hadn't ran since March, so I think he gets a lot of that. Now he does go long, but if you go back, you can see he ran a mile 16th at Sacramento back last July. He did run 4th, but he got a 67 buyer. Got a 67 buyer last time. That puts him at the top of this category. I got him on top of Rosie's Notice. I agree with you. He's going to be very dangerous in here. And I threw Halo's Quest, the other Jim Brown horse, not Wee Harry, but Halo's Quest in the 3rd spot. Good 3rd last time behind some classy old runners like Lauren 500 and Swiss Arrogant. I went 3, 2, and 6. In the 2nd, out of the 3rd, 3 and up Maiden, 4,000, going 6.5 furlongs. I went to the 5-horse, Jim Penny's Invader, Parker's Bearcat. Good race last time for Maiden 8. Only got beat a length and 3/4. Got a 46 buyer. That fits well with this field. And Jim Penny's a Hall of Fame trainer down in Washington State. Does a very good job. He's won the mile a record 5 times. And he attracts leading rider Richard Hamill. I got Parker's Bearcat on top of the 7 Requested Kiss. This horse has to be respected in here. Good second last time behind a well-meant Stormy Teen, and was well clear of the 3rd horse, Quillow Grove. And I put Born a Champ for Frank Barabee. Pulled up in his first start, that one-time race, came back, only got beat under a length for second off a race where he was pulled up, so he's definitely on the improve. Number 4, Born Champ, 5.74 for me.
Yeah, I agree with the top two. 5 and 7, 7-5 are interchangeable to me. I went Requested Kiss, just has that proven Hastings form, and ran into a pretty good one in Stormy Teen, I thought, last time. So I put that one on top of Parker's Bearcat, who could easily run away with this. Who knows? But as you mentioned, must respect the connections. Hall of Fame trainer, his daughter Kay and son-in-law Bryson Cooper are up here, which is great to see them up with
they brought about
half a dozen horses. Cool that they're taking a shot up here. Thanks. Thank you for coming up, and it's great that they get a few horses in, and hopefully they win a race or two, because it's nice to have people come up from Seattle to help our program. And I put the 2 horse, I'm a Better Storm, or Better Cause, pardon me, in for third. A decent fourth behind Stormy Teen and Requested Kiss last time. He's had a lot of chances, but he's been running against better horses and did dip in last time. Antonio Reyes will ride. 7, 5, and 2 for me in race number 3. On to the fourth, $16,000 non-winners at 3. The Lifetime Older Colts and Gellner, 3 and up, going 6.5 furlongs. I'm on the 7, Mr. McCarty. I kind of like the horse. I've always liked.
Yeah, he's a cool horse.
The blinkers off, I think, is good. This horse has always been very fast, and I think he's been better suited to be held back and make one run. He's obviously had some physical problems that have kept him from participating a little more often, but his work to have some decent. I know Antonio Reyes gets on this horse and gallops the horse in the morning, so I know he had his choice of horses in here, and he rides Mr. McCarty. I see a lot of speed in here. I see Circus Ride going, Rock Concert, CC and Water, Tizigo. I just see the inside 6 horses all having the same running style, and Mr. McCarty might be able to get fortunate enough to sit back. Might be an ideal race for a horse making his first start of the year, and just put in one good late run, just make a 1/4 mile run, and that might get him the money. But I'm going to try Mr. McCarty to defeat Mighty Mesa, who is the best horse on paper in the race. Drops out of the BC Derby and into this conditional race, and it can be pretty dangerous. And I put the 1 horse, Circus Ride, who wasn't all that far behind Mighty Mesa. Those two are very interchangeable for me. Circus Ride, he's run some pretty good races on the head end here. Last time, didn't get out there, but prior to that was a very game behind Colterbury and Mighty Mesa. That he's definitely a player in here as well. I thought those were your 3. I went 7, 5, and 1.
I went with the 5 Mighty Mesa, as you mentioned. He breaks his maiden back in July. Over Good As They Get. Sergeant Rick comes back, only gets beat 3/4 by Colterbury, nice colt. Then gets beat a length and 3/4 by Dashing Dawn, nice colt. Tried the BC Derby, now drops it way down to 16,000.
Horse on paper, no doubt.
Gets leading rider Richard Hamill. I got Mighty Mesa on top. I put CC and Water, Jim Penny. I went back to Jim Penny, got him in the mix again. CC and Water in the second spot attracts Dennis Arojo, and a horse that broke his maiden down there for 25 by almost 5 lengths and came back in a good third in a 15 non-2. I think this condition suits him well. And I put Circus Ride in the third spot. As you mentioned, him and Mighty Mesa were very close. 2 starts back when they hooked up. Mighty Mesa only defeating the nose. David Lopez rides for Cindy Krasner. 5, 4, and 1 for me. In the fourth, on to the fifth, 3 and up, claiming 4,000, going 6.5 furlongs. Field of 8 in here. I went to the 2, Majestic Mark. I see a lot of speed in here. He made a nice closing move to catch Teddy the Bear last time. And I think there's even more pace on in here. You got Teddy the Bear goes, Pathway to Yes is going to keep the pace on us. Similkameen Joey goes. I think there's going to be a fair bit of pace on here. I like Majestic Mark to win it. I put DJ Snow in the second spot just because I like his closing style, and there could be enough pace on in here. I like that race 3 back where he closed from the clouds to beat London by a head. Reyes sticks with him. I like his closing move in here. I put Briarda County. He doesn't need the lead. I think he sits just off the leaders, and he's a cool old horse. Always seems to hit the board, and has been doing that again this year for Robbie Anderson. 2-7-3 for me.
Yeah, Majestic Mark's your horse to beat. I think he's a key on all wagers. Did have struggled to get up, but it had some racetrack issues. Had some troubles along the way. Got a little too far back last time for my liking, and but still he made this nice dash up the inside to get up and win it. But Majestic Mark is definitely your horse to beat. I put the 4 horse Teddy the Bear. I'm not a big fan of Teddy the Bear, but he ran a
big race.
Overran my expectations last time, and he showed me he's a player off the layoff.
A lot of people's expectations. He was 10-1.
Yeah, and he did run a good race, and he didn't have the best of it. He had to run hard the whole way, and he just got nailed late by Majestic Mark, who did have some trouble though. I went 2-4-3. I agree with your Briarda County assessment for third. But majestic mark, I think one of the best bets of the day. On the 6th race, $4,000 non-winners at 2 lifetime going 6.5. Another one of these races where I see like 6 horses in here want to go to the front. So I got to try my old buddy New Jersey, not my old buddy.
That was my buddy, and you stole him from the last 2 starts.
New Jersey Joe, who you picked all year. Now I picked him last time when I thought there was going to be a hot pace. I think he's going to be even warmer pace. I'm hoping New Jersey Joe can gets a break in the weights with apprentice Jose Asensio, and maybe that'll be enough to get him up. I don't know. Jeff was riding good races. We'll see. But the 1 horse Adams River Run for second, and the 4 one time. I think those 2 are interchangeable. I went 7, 1, and 4.
I went to Mike Anderson's other horse here, Stormy Teen. Been working lights out. Started at the maiden 12.5 level, and that was a live race. Sunset Drive, Omega Victory, We Found Gold. Dropped to the $4,000 level last time. For owner Doug Clyde, and we should wish Doug Clyde
yeah, he's in Maple Ridge. Now, he's moved from Royal Columbia to Maple Ridge. He's obviously making some progress, but hopefully a speedier recovery for
all the best to
Doug
Clyde,
who had a little neck issue. He's a
couple
couple of
farm,
broken vertebrae and not paralyzed or anything, but still doing got some recovery. He's not a young man.
But yeah, all the best to owner breeder Doug Clyde of Stormy Teen. I went with Stormy Teen, so did Jeff Birmingham. That leaned me his way. So I went with Stormy Teen. Been working very well, dropped to the $4,000 level, absolutely dominated. There is other speed in here, but I don't think anybody's got his kind of speed. So I went with Stormy Teen on top. Of the 2, one time for owner trainer Sean Lawson, who now drops to 50% in his career after being 100% after one time's first start. Amadeo Perez sticks with him.
Should have hung it up.
Should have hung it up, undefeated. But one time is very dangerous in here. Didn't have a great trip last time. I looked for a better trip under Amadeo Perez today, and I put New Jersey Joe, Mike's other horse, in the 3rd spot. I went 2, 4, and 7 in the 6th. On to the 7th, Fillies and Mares turn for $4,000, going 1 mile and a 16th. And I went with the 5, Closing Intentions. Been a hard knocking mare her whole career. Drops down to the $4,000 level, has to be respected in here. Gets leading rider Richard Hamill. For Patty Leaney, who's having a great year. Closing Intentions for me on top. I took I'm a Diva 2 in the 2nd spot, moves to Amadeo Perez. Comes out of those very tough starter races. All those horses we've seen come out of the starter races are very tough, and I'm a Diva 2 figures to be tough in here as well. And I put Xenia, who's always ultra consistent, 5 of 7 this year in the money. I got her in the 3rd spot under Antonio Reyes. I went 5, 6, and 7.
I have the same 3. I don't have a lot to add. Closing Intentions, if she still has any run to her, should win this race. Yeah. I mean, but a lot of times you'll see horses that are over-raced at higher elevations. When they do drop, they have nothing left.
Yeah.
It's an odd thing, but I mean, just because
the drop
make the massive
doesn't
drop
always make the difference.
doesn't add up to a victory.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
You still have to be able to run a bit because these horses can still run. She'll still need to run in 147 flat to win this race. Can she do it? Maybe she'll run in 146 and win the race by 5 lengths. But still, she has to be able to get back to her other form to win. But I did take her. I agree with I'm a Diva 2, but another one that's lost a lot of races this year.
Yeah.
Pretty reckless tour, hard out. I've been running against a pretty nice mare, and she was getting close to her early in the year, but the separation has grown farther and farther as the season's gone on, and I'm just worried about that a little bit. And Xenia, she needs to go long. She finally gets a chance to. Her only win this year was going long. It's been a long wait to get him on the 16th race, but unfortunately she has to hook into a couple of toughies in the 5 and 6, but I put her in for 3rd. 5, 6, 7 in race number 7 on the 8th and final. Non-winners at 2, Fillies and Mares 4,000, going 1 mile and a 16. I went to the 4-horse Go-Go Eileen for Rob Maben. He's got 3 of the 8 runners in here. He's just been winning so many maiden races. He's got 3 in the non-2 here.
Coming at you with numbers.
Yeah, I know. He's just the onslaught continues for Rob Maben. This wave of winners at Go-Go Eileen. I thought a better than looked race last time, and I think she'll be a little better than her 4th place showing. Put the 5-horse Whippoorwill Song in for 2nd, who has the ability to be in play, and she's as good as a lot of these. And I put the 2-horse Viejo Auger in for 3rd, 4, 5, 2.
I went with Viejo Auger on top. Last time she ran, good 2nd behind Touch of Green, did strike the lead. Touch of Green came and caught her, but was well clear of the 3rd horse. I like Viejo Auger over Sweet Home, who's definitely playable in here. Just got beat a half length by Bays Gal last time, back on the 18th of September for Nancy Best. Jeff Birmingham sticks with her. And I got your top pick, Go-Go Eileen, for Rob Maben in the 3rd spot. I went 2, 3, and 4 in the Sunday nightcap. That'll do it for our analysis. Up next on screen will be picks. Mike, as always, you're up
first. Back in race number 1, I went to the 6, Twist Grips, 6, 2, and 1. I want win number 5 of the season for Twist Grips and Johnny Snow and Gordy Kristoff. Race number 2, under the 2, Rosie's Notice for Lauren McDougall and the Jacksons, 2, 5, and 3. Race number 3, under the 7, Requested Kiss over the 5, Parker's Bearcat, 7, 5, and 2. Race number 4, Gina Wright's number 7, Mr. McCarty, I think is going to be hopefully live at good odds. Mighty Mesa, definitely a horse to beat, though I put him in for second. Went 7, 5, and 1. Race number 5, under the 2, Majestic Mark, one of the better bets of the day, 2, 4, and 3. Race number 6, number 7, New Jersey Joe, probably the long shot special of the afternoon, 7, 1, and 4. Race number 7, the 5, Closing Intentions, making the big class drop, 5, 6, and 7. And race number 8, the 4, Go Go Eileen over the 5, Worker Will selling the 2, BAO Auger, 4, 5, 2.
On to my selections. There we go. Back in the first, I went to the 2, Herbie D over the 6 and the 5. In the second, number 3, Seeking Asylum over the 2 and the 6. In the third, I went to the 5, Parker's Bearcat over the 7 and the 4. In the fourth, I went to the 5, Mighty Mesa over the 4 and the 1. In the fifth, I agree with Mike on number 2, Majestic Mark, probably the best bet of the day for me, over the 7 and the 3. In the sixth, number 2, Stormy Teen over the 4 and the 7. In the seventh, number 5, Closing Intentions over the 6 and the 7. And the nightcap, I went to the 2, Be a Whole Auger over the 3 and the 4.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of Handicappers Corner. I'd like to remind everyone, no live racing next Saturday, October the 8th. We'll resume racing Sunday, October the 9th, and then the holiday Monday, Thanksgiving, October the 10th. So we'll be running Sunday, Monday next week, and both days at 150. We'll have 2 more stakes races. We will have the fantasy for the 2-year-old fillies during the mile on the 16th, and the Ascot graduation for the Colts and Geldings. The 2-year-olds will be in the spotlight with their only chance to go a mile on the 16th this year in stakes races. So 2 more championship races next weekend. So be sure to be with us. If you can't make it out to the track, please do come out to the Derby Bar and Grill here in South Surrey. Lots of drink specials, food specials, lots of simulcast televisions, lots of TVs here. I mean, there's like 40 or 50.
I think we have about 47.
47,
yes.
about.
It's
Give
a
or
good
take
time.
1 or 2. There's lots of TV. You won't miss anything. Got baseball on. Got lots going on. There's lots of sporting events, NFL football. You got everything going on here as well as the horse racing. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicappers Corner. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.